First, I have to say how happy I am to be here and speak with you. I love nothing more than speaking to the youth of the generation, these millennials. I just love that word. I love speaking to you. And I want to correct, there's nobody old up here. We just lived a little bit longer than you have and have some really, I think, important information to share with you guys. So I'll start by saying I have been a part of the Jenesse Center for over 15 years now, and I love the center. Not because there are women that run there at the hands of their abuser with their children in tow. Not because I see that kind of pain, not because that kind of fear lives inside these mothers and these children, but I love this place because Jenesse really does care. We care about our community, our black and brown families. We care about our youth. We care about changing our reality. And as Karen said, we hope to one day not have shelters anymore. That's why we're here to talk to you. And so my message to you today is really clear. I want to ask how many people in this room live in a family where domestic violence is present? Okay. Did I see any hands? Because I can't see out there. Okay. Okay. So I grew up in a family with domestic violence. My mother was abused at the hand of my father for many years. So in turn, you know what that makes me? That makes me a victim of domestic violence, because children, I think, are the real victims of domestic violence. So my question to you is, how do you think we can change that? How do you think we can change domestic violence? I'm going to tell you. One way I've discovered we can change it is that if each one of us, each one of you, understands your purpose. If you know what your purpose in life is, then guess what? You'll know that your purpose is not to abuse or batter or beat another human being. That couldn't possibly be your purpose. God didn't put you here to batter and abuse and hurt and incite fear in anybody. And as a man, if you know your purpose, as a young man, then you know your purpose is to serve and protect. That's why God put you here. And God made you first. You know why God made Adam first? Because you have to serve and protect your family first. And when you do that, God made Eve. And you know what Eve's job is? Eve's job is to then serve you back. Because we were born to be helpmates to each other. Not enemies, not battling against each other, not denigrating each other, not disrespecting one another, not using language that I won't mention here today to describe each other. That's not why God put us here. God put us here to help each other. Because this life can sometimes be hard. And I know each and every one of you understand that concept and know what I'm talking about. This life can be hard. And your brother or your sister were put here to be a helpmate to you. And you always have to keep that in your mind and stay in touch with what your purpose is. And when you're in line with your purpose, whatever that purpose is that you define for yourself, that purpose is not to hurt, abuse, terrorize, or incite fear in anybody. That's not why we're here. And if ever you find yourself or you see someone going down that path that's not in line with their purpose, I want to challenge you to take it upon yourself, to not just sit there and watch that happen and let your brother go down that path or let your sister go down that path. Get involved. Do something. Be an involved, active citizen of this great world that we live in. Don't sit by and be passive. Because you would want someone to reach a hand out and help you. Reach back and help your brother, help your sister if you see them going down that path. Lend a hand. And there's a beautiful woman here today that's going to speak to you later. Her name is Essence Adkins, and you're going to see her movie here today. And she's going to share her story with you, I'm sure. And she's going to have some words of wisdom to share with you about why this cycle of abuse continues to permeate our communities. And please listen when she shares what she has to share with you, because it's really real. And if this hasn't affected you yet, let's hope that it never does have to affect you. So I want you to leave here today. My message to you is stay in touch with your purpose. Define what that purpose is for yourself and walk in alignment with that purpose. And that purpose is to what? What is that purpose? Pardon me? You guys had to hear that. What is your purpose? Your purpose, okay, as a young man, what is your purpose? It's to serve and protect, right? Let's say that. Serve and protect. That's your job as a young man, to serve and protect. Let me ask you a question. Does anybody in here know the difference between a boy and a man? Tell me, what's the difference? I love you, brother. That's basically it. A boy, here's a simple way to put that. A boy, okay, I have a 2-year-old son. Do you know what he does all day? He runs around saying, Mommy, I want this. Mommy, I want that. Mommy, I want grapes. Mommy, I want juice. Mommy, I want bread. Mommy, I want my G.I. Joe. Mommy, I want my Batman. And you know what I do as mommy? I serve him. I go and get all that stuff. And all day long, I give him, here you go, baby, here you go, here you go. Okay, now here you go, have this, go play. That's what I do. That's what a mother does. That's a mother's love. That's my nurturing spirit. But as a little boy, he's just looking to be served, right? And I serve him all day long. As he grows, do you know what crosses him over into manhood? A man is now looking to be in service of. He's not looking to be served anymore. So when you reach your manhood, you now walk into a space and you ask, what can I do to serve you? I'm waiting for my son to grow up and walk in the house one day and say, Mommy, what can I do for you? What do you need, Mom? Then I'll know he's well on his way to manhood, because he's no longer looking to be served, but he's now in service of. That, if boys, you young men in this room, if you keep that in your mind, that you're here as you enter your manhood to be of service, not to be served, then you're well on your way. You're well on your way to manhood. And women, we have to be smart enough, and I haven't always been, but we have to be smart enough to recognize those brothers that are in service. We got to recognize those brothers and not stay addicted to the ones that just want to be served, who don't mean us good, who aren't going to help us reach our potential. Okay, so that's our job as young women, is to make sure we notice those brothers that are working hard to be of service and walking in their manhood. Okay? So that's my message today. Know your manhood. Ladies, know a man when you see one, and stay in line with our purpose. And keeping that in your minds, hopefully the need for the Jenesse Center and their shelters will no longer be. So thank you guys for allowing us to be here today. And I sincerely hope you walk away today with some gems and some jewels that will help make your life better as you go along. Thank you guys.